The only thing I will agree with the leader of majority, is that you have done exemplary work in Kibra. Go ahead and second this bill.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate the kind words from you and from the leader of majority. In spirit, I am a Kenyan, and I feel myself as a northerner. I am not a stranger to the interests and the cries and the pains of the people of this country, whether they're in Garissa or whether they are victims of torture in Eastleigh or anywhere else in this country, and I am happy to stand up to second this bill. Madam Speaker, Kenya is a signatory to the Convention Against Torture, which is an international UN treaty. Might I inform you that as we pass this bill here today, we are making history, and we are discussing something that will be very important for setting standards in Africa, but also on the international scene at a time when countries such as the United States under President Donald Trump have threatened to withdraw on the Convention Against Torture or the Convention on the Rights of the Child, on CEDAW, and other important treaties. We are committing ourselves, and I know there's times we debate what are our international obligations and what treaties must we pass or stay within as members of this House who have the power through the Treaty Ratification Act to sign on to treaties and make them part of our laws by domesticating them appropriately. So I'm happy to say that we are taking a step in the right direction. It's been a long process coming. As Honorable Duale mentioned, it's been over 9 years since the idea of Prevention of Torture Bill was brought to the House before some of us got here. In the last 3 years, as a co-convener of the Human Rights Caucus, we have been lobbying, we've been engaging civil society, the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, the Office of the Attorney General, and other people in government to make sure that this bill came through in this fashion. And I think as we move on to any opportunities for quick public participation in the next few weeks, I know at Christmas time, the public was invited to send their memoranda, and it is still not too late to send any opinions to your members of parliament so that we can include those in the final amendments at a committee stage of this bill. Kenya reports through the universal peer review mechanism in Geneva every couple of years on how we're doing on our human rights record. Our president reports to this House and submits a report on our human rights records and international obligations. And it is often a report that we don't get a chance to discuss critically in this House, but it is important. In Banjul, at the African Commission on People and Human Rights 2 years ago, Kenya was actually scrutinized very critically and asked why we hadn't passed the Prevention